The numbers will always tell you the story, especially on rental properties, because with rental properties, after all the expenses, you want to look at what's left over, which is how much money you have after you pay all your expenses. What I'm going to show you in this video is my team member who was getting assistance. He had a rental property. And what he did was he bought the rental property to one of our masterminds that we host every week in the community. As always, I leave the link to the community in the description if you ever want to check it out. You need some guidance looking at your properties as well. So by seat brings in a rental property, and then we just look at it. We look at the cash flow. We look at, does it cash flow, right? And we got one of the spreadsheets. We use the spreadsheet, and in the spreadsheet, it kind of tells him he did his analysis, and then we just cross-checked it with the spreadsheet. All right, so we're gonna look at some numbers, and we're gonna see if his rental property actually does it cash flow. Is it worth it for him to purchase it? All right, so let's get into the training. The video starts now. So if I see this here, learning, and he has a property. So the first thing is, how'd you find this property, boss?
It's close to where I stay. I just looked it up online today, and I actually saw that they were trying to sell it.
Okay, so what attracted you to it?
It resembles a property I had under contract a while ago that fell through.
Okay.
Same exact thing. I did see them doing a little bit of work on it about a month ago. I just haven't seen anybody move in or anything. It's kind of just been sitting. I did a little bit of skip tracing. I got in contact with the owner, and he just let me know that somebody just moved into one of the units. It is a duplex.
What made you contact them? Did you just stumble upon it, or what made you contact the owner and move on this property in particular?
I just reached out to them when I started seeing them doing a little bit of work over there.
Okay, I got it. So you saw them doing work on the property, like construction work?
Yes.
And then that's what intrigued you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So you saw work being done. And what type of work would you say?
They had the big dumpster truck just sitting right.
See,
right
so you saw a dumpster.
Yeah.
A dumpster truck, and it was a green. Did they have the green partition around the house, or was it just
one section of it? One unit on one side of the unit. They did.
All right. You see, so I just want you to understand, because how you find a property is where the deal starts. You understand? Because when you find a property, you're looking for the motivation, right? The motivation of the seller. You understand? So this is where finding a deal starts. Now, that being said, if you're looking for multifamily, right, that's going to help you, because why would they want to sell it to you? And then, is it going to be market price, or are you going to get maybe a little bit below market price? So if they're fixing it in order to sell it or move it, they might be going for market price. Maybe, but we'll see, because on a multifamily, market price might not be that bad for you, as long as it cash flows. All right. I just want you to understand that how you find a property is an important piece, and if you turn that lead into a deal for you. So that's how you found it. And now tell me the rest. You looked online, and then what happened?
I looked online, and I saw that actually they listed it a while ago before I even saw them doing work on it. It looks like it's been on the market for about 88 days.
Ooh, so in the analyze part, it's listed. Oh, let's go here. So it's listed for how much?
They had it listed right now. It's at 167.5.
167. So that's 168K, right?
Yes, 168.
How many units?
2 units. 1 2-bedroom, 1 bath. The other is 1 bed, 1 bath.
2 beds, 1 bath. And then the other one is what?
It's 1 bed, 1 bath.
1 bed, 1 bath. All right, 168K. What's the rents there? You did some analyzation yourself already?
Yes, I did. Actually, I was saying right out. The 2 bed, 1 bath, it's 912 square feet. They have it at 900 right now. And I did talk to the owner about that. I said it sounded like it was more on the lower end because I am in this market, so I know what they go for. And he said, yeah, he said the last tenant they had to kick out of the place, and then they did a little bit of work.
So what about the 1 bed, 1 bath? How much?
That one is vacant right now.
What would it go for in the market?
I think it would go for 900, and the 2 bed, 1 bath will actually go for 1100 because that's
would you get rid of that person that's in there?
So he said it's a really good Section 8 tenant. I think if I can get an inspector back out there to try to request a raise, because that's typically what they go for around there. I'm in a 2 bed, 1 bath, and I'm paying about 1200, and I'm only
You're paying 12 for a 2-1, but it's not vacant, so you may be stuck with this. You don't know how long their lease is.
For a year.
All right, so now we already have total income of 1,800 currently on this property, right? Currently, they're asking for 168K. All right, good. So now from here, what do you want assistance with from here?
Okay, so I kind of just drew out, like wrote the numbers out, try to see if there was any way I would be able to cash flow from this. So I had to rent out. I estimated what the principal and interest would be based off of the other properties that I have gotten on the contract and gotten to the closing table with. And I just wanted to know if the numbers would make, if it made sense to everybody else.
Go ahead. So tell me what you did it, which is good. So again, some of you that are new here, we always have our team members do their own analysis and then come back like, what did you get? So what's your cash flow that you saw?
So I had it at the 1,800 rent. I had the cash flow at 323.
323, right? That's it, right? 323 after all expenses, right?
After all expenses.
I bet. And you just want to see after expenses. All right, bet. All right. Shout out to Basit, man. Everybody give him a round of applause because as he's learning, he did his thing. So let me get in here really quick, right? I'm sure you're enjoying the training that Basit is receiving. And if you want training like this, which is where we dive deep for yourself, where we dive deep on, instead of surface level stuff, we dive deep on our trainings, where we go over what needs to be done for your rent property so you can get to the closing table. All right. So if this is something that you feel could help you, I'll leave the link to the community in the description. You want to be part of a community, you want to talk numbers every day, you want to look at real estate on a regular basis, and you want to get better at it. This is it. This is actually your shortcut. So once you're part of a community and you do this all the time, you learn faster. It's a shortcut to getting there faster. You get to your destination faster. All right, so I'll leave the link to the community in the description. And the sheet that I'll also leave the tools that we're using. I think I'm using a spreadsheet. If you want to check that spreadsheet out and use it for your rentals, I'll leave the link for that in the description as well. All right, let's get back to that. He did his own analysis. I think that's good because, my guys Ron and Jason and the rest of the team, but they always preach. And I gotta tell you, sometimes I have a hard time. I would go through and find out the cash flow. They always preach that if you're in the learning process, you should do certain things yourself to see how far you get and where you get stuck. So right now, he already did his thing. We just gotta check to see if that cash flow is exactly what he thinks he can make $323 on a 2-unit per month. Right. And then on top of that, how many of y'all think that's good? Like, hey, $300 a month? Why not? Not bad. Right. So let's check to see if that bill is going to cash flow. I'm going to bring up a spreadsheet and we're just going to plug the numbers in and it's going to spit out exactly what the cash flow is. All right. Let's check out the spreadsheet. Any questions before in this segment right now? Any of y'all got any questions? A thought that you're having? Maybe you want to ask Basit a question, or maybe you think we shouldn't go to the spreadsheet. You want to find out something else. right? My team members, Taj. I knew Taj. Yo, why did I know Taj was gonna? I knew Taj was gonna turn on his mic. Go ahead, Big Taj. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I just want the word is located.
All right, you're a little bit underwater. Where is it located? Where's it located? Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
Where's it located?
It's located in Roanoke, Virginia.
Roanoke, VA. Or anybody else got any other questions? Something on the process? How did he get to something? Something you else you want to know? Or if you're just listening, that's fine. All right, cool. Go ahead. You got a question? Did I hear somebody?
So if I understand correctly, he found this property because he happened to be just in the area and saw it. Is that correct? But he happened to be out and about and he just saw them working on the property. Right?
Is that right, Basi?
So yeah, it's on the path that I take to work every day.
Cool. That's all I was asking.
Yeah.
I'm good. Thank you.
All right, LaShawn. Renee, you put a question in the chat. Let me see what you got, Renee. Who would be his customer? That's a fair question. That's a fair question. Who do you? I mean, right now he has a Section 8 person in there. Answer that though, Basi. Did you think about who your customer is going to be? Is it going? I guess is it going to be Section 8 or is it going to be working class, someone with a regular job, or are you going to go Section 8? Like, what do you think your customer is going to be?
I think it's going to be based off what if this moved forward, it would be based off the review I got back from the Section 8 inspector. Because if I can't get higher on Section 8, I will stick to Section 8. But we're also close enough to Roanoke College, and I know students always need housing.
Okay, good. Is that your preferred person, students?
I wouldn't exactly be picky about it, but the students are preferably who I would like for it to go to.
Okay, good. She said that's why I asked the students. All right, so again, thank you, Renee. Good question, because knowing who you're gonna rent your house to or your property to does make a difference. Is it Section 8 because there's criteria and then there's a way that you get paid with Section 8, or is it a working class and then you get to choose who your customer is? So choosing who your customer is gonna be is another part of real estate. So good question, Renee. And I think he's leaning towards students or Section 8 or working class, whichever one works better. Right? That's what it sounds like the answer is. I know some people may want to look at the condition. Let's look at, I'm gonna check this cash flow, this 323. We're gonna plug the numbers in, put the link to you said you saw it online, right? So just put that link in the chat.
Okay.
And then we'll also get to see what the property looks like. Jason has a question. How would you account for the off season when school is closed if students are your desired customer?
I wasn't planning on doing like a month to month thing. It would still be like a lease thing. So even if they weren't there, if they signed a lease for a year, I would still expect for them to continue with their payments.
Cool.
But I do have a vacancy, a part of the numbers that I did run, about 5% of, I guess, the total rent.
Cool. All right. Does that answer your question, Jay? Sounds like a cool answer.
Yeah, but
go ahead, Jay.
What would make somebody want to do that, knowing that you're making them pay for months they're not going to be there? Like, who would be willing to do that lease? Will that be a challenge for you to make someone do a lease like that?
No, because I also signed a similar lease while I was in college. And that's what was required for a majority of the ones that I did reach out to.
Not all students go to summer school. I know I never did.
So you were a college student and you left during this. Did you leave during the summer? No,
I was still here during the summer.
So then what made you sign a lease knowing that you probably might leave, or like what made you, as a college student, what made you, or do you know of other students, what made you sign that lease?
So the only reason I got in the house off of campus was because I was working here already, and I knew I wasn't and it wasn't just like a little job where I could just pick and choose when I was going to be there. I knew it was either I quit the job and I went back to Jersey, or like I would have to stay if I really wanted to keep the job. So I just rented the place knowing I was making money to be able to pay that place off.
Interesting. Oh, got it. Yeah. So you know what? I felt the same way, because now you have a different customer. You have a customer and a college student that plans on staying through the summer. Now you can target and find that type of person. So good answer. He put it in the chat. Let's see what this place looks like. Oh, this is nice. Look at this. This is it right here. It's for sale at 167.5. Let's look at it. 28 photos. They not playing. Well, the pictures are nice. Here's the inside. You got the steps. They're showing it blank, meaning no furniture. Oh, they renovated this. Floors, walls. This trimming, is that basic? What type of trimming is this? What type of trimming is this? Those are wide. Those are probably original. Look at the ones around the window.
Those are 2x2s, bro.
They look like original. Is that a you see how low this is? This is a plug on the trimming. Is that it? That seems weird. Wouldn't it be higher than that?
In Philly, they got them like that.
They got them like that? Okay. Yeah. That's not an issue. I'm so used to like, it has to be up here.
It's supposed to be. That's the code, but sometimes they'll grandfather it in if it was, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you. All right. Let's keep going. Let's look at this. It looks good. All right. Kitchen is not crazy. They just left the cabinets. Oh, so you don't even have to do anything. There's no repairs, I would assume.
Yeah. This is the upper unit that's currently rented to the Section 8 tenant. And I think when I started seeing, and this happened right before winter, before they got that person in there. And when I saw them doing work on there, which wasn't too long ago, a couple of months ago, or well, when they started a couple of months ago, I guess that was when they were working on the lower unit.
Okay. Hey, look, this looks like turnkey. I don't see anything you got to do. You know? And if they're going to give it to you like this, but it is sitting for how many days?
88 days.
88 days. That's 3 months and nobody's purchased. So
yeah,
they're having a challenge, which is good because they're having a challenge.
Yeah, I figured I could use that to my advantage. Somehow.
Yeah. For some reason, it's been sitting for 3 months. And after 3 months, you still have your property for sale. You may be motivated to get it off. I'm just gonna bring up the spreadsheet in the background. Any other questions anyone else has, you can type it in. Any thoughts that you're having, any epiphanies that you're having, speak up now. All right, speak up right now. And always remember, entrepreneurs go all night. If y'all want merch, in our Empire XL on the left side, sliding down, you see merch, a little merch. If you ever want entrepreneurs go all night, or passive income, or mindset over everything. If you want your message, if you want a message to get people to start talking to you, and you want to get a t-shirt like this, just look on the left side of our website. All right, so this sheet, we use this sheet, and if you want to be able to use it for yourself, just inquire within. So we're going to see if his cash flow comes up, and there's 4 spreadsheets here. We're going to go to the rental property analysis, right? And I'm going to just fill in. So Basi, you're up. So sale price, is that what you're offering? You want to go with the price that's on the website?
No, I don't plan on. I mean, that's how I calculate, but I don't plan on offering them what they're asking.
What did you calculate when you did your numbers?
So all in, I had my P&I, my mortgage insurance.
Just give me your sale price.
Sale price, I had it at 157.
Okay, good. 157?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put that. 157. All right, and you have no repair costs, right?
No
Or
repair
do you-
cost.
0, because I don't see no repair costs. So 157. The gross rent I had on my whiteboard, I had 1,800. What was your total rent that you anticipate getting?
I had it at I still have it as 1,800 on here, but eventually it will go on higher. I plan on reversing back to what it was, the 1,100 for the 2-bedroom unit. But yeah, 1,800.
So 1,800. All right, cool. You got 18. Your vacancy, you said 5%?
I had it at 5.
All right, I'll put it at 5 as well, because we're checking your numbers. There's your effective gross income. So if you're looking at this spreadsheet, as you put things in the gray area, the numbers populate. So they change on their own. Just always put in the gray area. Those of you that have it, or if you want it, just put the numbers in the gray area. So this number here, your accounting fees, I'm gonna leave that. Your taxes per year. Do you know what the taxes are? Yeah.
1,524.
For the year?
Yes.
All right. Insurance?
So 12, 852.
852. These are some exact numbers, bro. Now your legal entity fees.
852 for the year.
Oh, 852 a month? Oh, yo, for the year.
Yeah, for the year, 71 per month.
For duplex? Really? That's cheap.
Yeah. So I had gotten, and these are, and I did speak to people about these numbers, by the way. Like I called in to these insurance companies and had them give me estimates.
Okay.
And those are the numbers they gave me.
As you renting it, or as a house hack? As you being like the investor on the unit, or you living there?
Oh, I'm not living there. Investing on it.
Right. So I'm saying, was that the conversation you had with the people, or did they think you were living there? I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh no, I let them know that it was going to be an investment property.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna leave this legal entity fee here because you do have costs. All right, that's cool with you?
Yeah.
All right. Property management. What percentage of your rent?
So I actually didn't put anything for that. I left that one blank for right now, because I thought I was close enough, and I do handle most of the things that happen around my house. So I figured I could most likely handle most of those.
Well, that's cool that you do that. So then you're the property manager, and then you pay yourself. So it's still an expense, whether you do it or somebody else does it. How we do it here, or what we feel is best practice. Let me say it right. What we feel is best practice is, you should put something for property management. Because I remember when I had my property, and there's times I didn't want to go over there to manage it, and I realized that my time was valuable. So that being said, I think whether it's you or somebody else, I think you should account for property management. So what are you worth?
I'll put 5%.
You're worth 5%?
I'll make it 5%.
Wait. Oh, shoot. I messed it up. Legal entity fees was 200. Oop, hold on. I didn't go to the next thing. Tab. All right. Anybody opposed? He's worth 5% on property management fees. All right. And repairs, maintenance.
For the year, I had it at $1,380, $115 per month.
$115 per month. So what percentage is that? Like 6? All right. So what you want? 6 or 7% there?
I guess I'll leave it at the highest, 7.
Yeah, I'll leave it at 7% as well. All right. So now, are all these things going to be on the tenants? Electricity, garbage, water, sewer, utilities? Is there a HOA?
No HOA, but everything else, according to the current owner, he said it's all on the tenants.
Even water and sewer and stuff?
I mean, yeah. I pay all of mine, even here where I stay also.
Oh, you're in this. Oh, so you're in Virginia,
obviously. Oh, yeah. I'm 2 minutes away from this house.
So you pay all these utilities as a tenant, sewer, water, everything.
Everything.
All right, cool. So this water I'm gonna take out because that's on the tenant.
Yeah.
All right. Based on your stuff. Advertising, maybe nothing. And then we got miscellaneous. Anything pop up per month? You want to put something there?
I just put $100
Okay.
on there when I wrote out my numbers.
$100. There's your total expenses, net operating income. I'm gonna surprise y'all. So far, does anybody think he's gonna cash flow? Put a Y or N in the chat. If you've been following, this is rental property. I know a lot of y'all want passive income. I want to get a rental property. Do you think he's going to cash flow? So far, I'm going to bring the sheet back up, and then we'll do a big reveal. My guess is no. Keep going. Jay says no. Who's going to follow Jason? Who's going to follow what Jason said? His guess is no. Taj guess is no. Put your investor. This is the segment where you put your investor hat on. You're looking at numbers. It may be a little boring, but numbers is necessary because the numbers tell the story on the property. Numbers tell the story. It tells you what it is and what it is. All right? Do y'all think he's going to cash flow? Start putting your answers, right? Before I reveal the cash flow, if it's yes or no. Go ahead. Mark says, yeah. What's up, Big Mark? My boy Mark. We was balling earlier today. He was getting buckets too. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna bring the screen back up. Damn, where's my shit? Oh, there it is. All right. But before we show cash flow, now I'm gonna just do your loan part, regular down payment 20%. Is that all right? Or did you have something else in mind?
So I have like someone that I work with, a loan manager that I do work with, and I kind of had him just kind of input all of this into a system, and he had it at 5%. If that makes
5% interest rate,
5% down. Well, no, 5% down.
Okay, 5%. That's fine. So that means you accounted for the money and how you're gonna get it. So 5% down. That's cool. And what about your interest rate?
It was at 6 point. I have it right here.
Go ahead.
6.8. Yeah, 6.8.
No problem. 6.
And what was that? I'm sorry, I stepped away. What was the 5%? How did you get a 5% down? Like what type of funding source was that?
I just had him. He does regular like mortgage stuff through the bank, but he just had it at 5%. If I went, so I'm considering different options. Owner financing, with 5% down. And the other route would have been if I just went through the bank conventionally.
So it sounds like what you're saying is you're gonna basically buy it as if you're living there, like a FHA or something like that.
With a conventional, I don't have to live there. If I use the FHA, I would have to live there. He said 5% down is the lowest I can go on a conventional loan, and that's what I went with when I ran the numbers.
And
you don't have to live there?
I don't have to live there. It's according to what he gives. I have all papers over here that he handed to me, but he says I don't have to live there.
Yeah, that would be shocking especially on a duplex. If you did the house hack, I could see it, but not living there on a duplex, I'd be shocked. But hey, you never know.
Yeah, if that's what he told you, we'll go with that. And if it changes, then you know.
Yeah.
Well, all it does is change the money he got to come up with for his down payment. So he'll have to find the money.
Well, right? I know that, but I'm saying like the cash flow gonna go down though, if there is any. Is what I'm saying.
Well, the more with his down payment,
less.
If his down payment goes higher, his payment on his mortgage would be lower.
Yes. Right. No, his cash flow increase, but it's just more he has to come up with to bring to the table.
Right. So that's all it affects. So it's not, I don't want to say that it's bad. If he has to come up with another 15%, that would be his decision. And then if he comes up with it, right, let's say he borrows it from somebody, he does a private lender, his cash flow will increase anyway. So I think it's good for him to just go with, this is the information that he has. We could go with this, and if he doesn't pass this, then he knows. What you think, Taj? If
Yeah,
Queen
that's cool.
Kim,
That's cool.
that's cool. All right, cool. All right, so let's go. Ooh, look at your potential cash flow.
Well,
$81.
And that's a 6.8%. That rate is low too. So he's quoting
Wait,
you on
did I
like
mess up? Wait, did I mess up here? It went up to 200. What did I do wrong? Hold on, y'all. 6.8, 5%.
I think you had an 8 there instead of 6.8.
Oh yeah, 6.8. Yo, so wait, his cash flow is 203.
Yeah, 6.8 is low. That's like, yeah, I don't know.
There it is. I had an 8. His interest rate at 6.8 gives him $200 cash flow. And what did you have on the whiteboard? You had 323.
I had 323.
All right. You had 323. And I just had.
And that's probably just because of the fact he was on point, and just probably because he didn't take into account his the property management.
Yes, that's.
So he was kind of, and he was definitely in the right ballpark.
Here is, he's right around 200, which is cool, like 203, and that was his like Jason said. I'm just repeating what he said. His property management, and there it is. Who said he wasn't going to cash flow? Let me see the list. Let me see that list.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
And I still don't think, because I'll be shocked if he gets to 6.8 and all of that. So I still think it's like not really anything there, personally.
So Jennifer said he cash flow. Todd said no. Jennifer said yes. My boy Will Lowe said yes, with them paying all utilities. My boy Mark said yes. Fatmata said yes. How you feel about this cash flow?
It's not terrible for right now. Considering I'm going to be looking into getting the rate back up for the 2-bedroom, because at 900, I think it's really low. I think I would rent anywhere around here for 900 for 2-bed. Most of them that I know around here go for anywhere from 1,250 upwards.
Now, would this be your first rental?
This would be my first rental.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, as you know, sometimes people get their first rental, and this might be good. So there it is. If there you have it. If everything comes out in terms of this loan, the type of loan that you're able to get,
yeah,
the 5% down, the 6.8 interest rate, if you get that, then here's your cash flow. Your first rental, you know, it might be all right. It might.
Yeah, I have the paperwork in front of me. He had the interest rate circled. It's 6.75, and he circled it and wrote floating next to it, and said he would, if it ever went lower, it could be adjustable. But I have the paperwork in front of me. That's what he has on there.
All right, y'all. All right. So listen, let me give y'all a recap, right? When he first came, he did his analysis, and his analysis was he thought he was going to cash flow 323. And then when we did it just now with the squad, with the team, we see that he's going to be at around 200 based on his information. All right. And most of this was property management. All right. And now the other question is, a lot of us don't believe, a lot of the investors don't think that you're going to get 5% down and 6.8% on a rental property. Some of us think that might be a challenge, but if you get it, it's all good. Those are the two things that, you know, you'll have to verify, which may change the whole perspective of this property. If you really close and you go and get these numbers, then we want the information. You can share it with the squad.
What would the number look like at like 165 or something? Or one
asking
168, yeah.
168.
Because I guess if at that number, yeah, you probably won't. At least just see what it looks like.
See, there's your cash flow. At their asking price, you got $130.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many of y'all would do your first rental with $130 cash flow after all expenses?
I wouldn't even do a single family with.
2 units. Listen, y'all. Let me see. Would you do it? Would you do it?
No, never.
Mark said, not me. Hold on. Jennifer said, I do it. Mark said, nope. Todd said, not at all. Chanel put a thumbs up, meaning would she do it? Kim said, nope. William said, my boy Lo said, no, gotta be worth the headaches. So you're anticipating headaches. Ron said, not with these professional renters out here. One of the things we learn in our classes is that in rental properties, you have to be okay sometimes coming out of pocket. You know what I mean? And if you're okay with that, meaning stroking your own check, and there may be months where you don't cash flow at all. If you're okay with that, then, you know, we've even learned, then go ahead. But you have to know, as long as you know you're aware of what you're getting into, now you can make your decision. All right?
Well, thanks to everybody that helped. That's why I brought it here in the first place.
All right, y'all. That's it for today. All right. And that was an example of looking at a property from a team member to make sure that they're going in the right direction with all the insights from everyone else on the team and the community. Again, if this is something that you feel would be valuable for you, you can always tap in and do the shortcut. The shortcut is learning with a bunch of people, learning with a community. So you can, the link to the community is in the description. You can always tap in with us. The next coaching call is this Wednesday night. All right, that's the next coaching call with the community. And one of these videos here, just check out the next video here, and where I talk about how you can find properties just like the rental properties quickly by just using your phone.